Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. It's a rainy day today, rainy and very cold. Fluffy even is inside while I'm doing this reading. She has moved inside finally, and so I might have to shout over the rain occasionally. Apologies for that. You'll also see a nasty stain on my thumb, voting mark from yesterday. We're still waiting for the results of our elections. It looks like things are going through a bit of a change in this country and maybe in other countries in the coming months too. But enough of that. We are going to look today at children. Harry and Meghan's children today, because we hear from that authoritative source in the Mirror that Harry and Meghan, and I'm quoting, have opted to keep their childcare within the family, as Doria is now their nanny, the children's nanny. They used a number of nannies in the past, but since Doria moved in to Mudslide Mansion, I'm filling in there, she's, and I'm quoting again, working closely with Meghan to ensure the children are brought up in a close-knit and loving family environment, end quote. Just like Doria didn't when Meghan was being brought up by Thomas Markle and Samantha and Thomas Jr. So needless to say, there are some concerns being expressed about what exactly is going on, how competent Doria is to raise these two royal children. They are described as King Charles III's grandchildren in this article. Grandchildren he might never have actually met, according to some people. And we also want to know what happened to all the nannies. Is it really that Harry and Meghan are so keen to raise their children themselves, they who are never at home, busy gadding about the world, trying to scoop up the Commonwealth while the real royals are struggling with cancer? And so what happened to the nannies? Is it that they can't afford them anymore? Is it that the nannies won't work for them anymore? What is it? We want to know the answers to all of these questions. I'm going to do a Celtic cross. I'm very curious to know the answer to these questions because we are dealing with royal children, a prince and princess. We, of course, have a vested interest in knowing that these children are being cared for properly, raised in the right way. And so that's why we're doing tarot reading on this. I'm going to do a Celtic cross, have a look at this situation. Enough of the snark, but let's remind you while I shuffle that this is tarot for fun and entertainment. It is just my opinion. It is just speculation. These are large, cumbersome cards to shuffle. And although a very lovely tarot deck. I'm not being rude about the tarot deck. I'm just describing my incompetence at shuffling them. And what else do I need to say? I'm reading energy here, and it is archetypal energy because we are dealing with the archetypal family, the royal family. And of course, there is a disclaimer in the box below as I stare at the Eight of Swords. And please read it, and please form your own opinions about these children and their care. So Celtic cross coming up. Doria now taking over full-time nanny duties. And why? And how's it going to go? And finally, the last question in this Celtic cross I'm going to ask is, how will this impact the children, Archie and Lilibet, as they grow up? What will be the implications, the repercussions, the consequences of having Doria as their full-time carer? And I have to say full-time carer because where are Harry and Meghan? They're never home. One more shuffle. And then we will get to it, to the Celtic cross. Okay. And yeah. Let's see what the Curious Cats Tarot. Oh, that was a weird one. We're going to go with it. Whatever happens, happens. I'll try to just go with it and see what the tarot has to tell us about this situation, this childcare situation. Is it a cost-cutting exercise? Is it because there are no nannies who work for Harry and Meghan? Is it because Doria really just wants to be their nanny? She loves them so much and she's fantastic with them. It's interesting, I was staring at that card while I was shuffling, the Eight of Swords, and it has shown up again as our underlying energy. I knew somehow it was going to be very important in this reading. Eight of Swords is a predicament, a pickle that they have got themselves into, or perhaps Doria has got herself into, someone has got herself or himself or themselves into with the Eight of Swords. A trap, a situation that needs some creativity, some imagination, some vision to get themselves out of. It's a pitfall. And there it is. So a difficult situation. So this is not a joyful situation. The tarot is telling me that. The energy of the tarot, it's telling me that there is difficulty in this situation. It's not because they want a close-knit and loving family environment to raise these children. It's telling me that there is a problem. And hopefully in the course of this reading, we will find out what that problem is. And so the situation, the overall situation, Doria now as nanny. We have another problem. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse. We have two eights. And their eights, this eight is normally a card of action when it's upright. The Eight of Wands, a very busy card, an energetic card, communication, progress, forward movement, unblocking obstacles, very direct communication. Normally, it's in stillness. When it's in reverse, it's in blocked energy, not being able to communicate, not being able to move forward. It tells me that there's some obstacle, some impediment, and it might literally be that they can't get anyone to work for them anymore. They're living in a small community, quite a closed community, where I'm sure that everyone knows the gossip about everyone else, and something going on here to do with communication and access. Perhaps people won't sign NDAs for them or things like that. Could be something like that, because it's a communication card, the Eight of Wands. This is also a movement card, but it's the Eight of Swords, which is immobilized by fear, by lack of vision, by a trap that one has set for oneself. So we have two cards of no movement, no progress, where there should be movement and there should be progress and there should be nannies coming and going, possibly, my opinion. So what is the actual problem? What's going on here? Hard to grab these cards. They're very thick, sturdy cards. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Ooh. First thing that comes to my mind is that they might be out of cash. Down on their luck. Literally, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. They might literally not be able to afford to pay for the kind of full-time care that they were paying for. Of course, they're spending gazillions on security because they are so at risk and they are so important and have to have all that security all the time wherever they go. That perhaps they're scrimping on their childcare costs so that they can have these very important looking bodyguards going around in the tinted windows and the vast SUVs and all the rest of it. I'm being very snarky, but this is a kind of reading that makes my blood boil. And that, of course, is just my opinion. But there is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. It tells me hard times. That is what is going on. That things haven't come to pass that they expected. Those big paydays, those big deals, the 5 million followers on Instagram, the successful Netflix series, the podcasts, all the rest of it, the Dior ambassadorships and blah, blah, blah. Now, nothing of that has worked out. And so scrimping and saving, Doria's moved in and she's now the nanny. So what's going on behind the scenes? What happened to all the nannies? Where did all the nannies go? Is it money problems? Is it won't work for Harry and Meghan? They're so toxic, so notorious. It's a big money card again, Ace of Pentacles. It's a big payday, waiting for a big payday, which obviously hasn't come because our problem is that and it's interesting, there's that hand, forgotten what is the Hamza or something, sorry if I'm saying it wrong. The big payday hasn't come. Ace of Pentacles, It's costing too much. That's literally what that card is telling me. Can't afford it. Waiting for the big payday to come in. Hasn't come in yet. I'm sure that the minute a big amount of money rolls in, if it ever does, who knows? I think they're pretty broke from all the merching that's been going on the New York Post from Megan, which I need to read on at some stage. But if it does, I'm sure we'll hear suddenly new nannies hired. What's the goal with this? Doria is now in charge. We've got the High Priestess. It's the secrets card. Secrets you're not supposed to know. It's also telling me there that there's a mystery going on, and we of course are convinced, well, many of us are convinced that there is some mystery around these children, the children we never see. Archie, who looks suspiciously like little August, Princess Eugenie's eldest son, from time to time does look remarkably like him. I have read on that. And Lilibet, whom we possibly have never seen in her true self, and we don't know where she is and how she is and even who she is. Some people speculate that she isn't at all. But there is a mystery with that High Priestess. And there's a mystery around possibly pregnancy and birth, because the High Priestess does cover things like that, hormones and things like that. There's an eye looking at me as I'm saying all of this, a very sinister looking eye peering out there of the card. The things we're not allowed to know, and so possibly it's better not to have nannies around while these mysteries unfold. NDAs that maybe people won't sign, or people are worried about being broken. It's possible in that Eight of Wands in the reverse, someone might be going to have a chat, and allegedly there is a nanny or somebody who has been talking to some YouTubers and telling all. I tend not to believe too much in those things, but anyway, it seems to be out there. So the card of secrets and silence. And so how was life with the nannies? How did they find it? How did things go past energy when there were actually nannies? What was the vibe? We got the Ace of Wands. It was a big no. Interesting, we've got aces showing up in this reading. It was not a happy experience. The Ace of Wands upright is excitement and passion and new interest and enthusiasm for the job. In reverse, no. It was not a happy experience working there for Harry and Meghan. Something that people were turning down. They were saying no to it. Literally, aces in reverse. No, I'm not interested in this job. I don't want it. I won't feel like I can express myself. I won't feel like I'll be happy there. I can be free. I can be creative and express myself. Possibly too much control, possibly too rigid an environment. We've heard manners, and very controlling in the way the children are being raised. Those are rumors, of course. All of this is rumors, all of this is allegedly, but I'm getting that nannies, however much you might offer them with that Ace of Pentacles, if you can possibly afford it, however much you might be able to offer them or might try to offer them, there's just a no. So I'm getting that there might be financial problems with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse, but I'm also getting that even if they could afford them, the people were saying, don't like this NDA I've got to sign, don't like the vibe in this house, don't like the way I'm being controlled, monitored, supervised, curbed in what I'm trying to do. This isn't a fun place. This it's just talking to me about how bad the vibe is in the environment, which is ironic given that we're hearing that Meghan wants to ensure that the children are brought up in a close-knit and loving family environment. And sadly, and I mean this most sincerely, I don't think she knows what a close-knit and loving family environment is. And that is very sad for her and for the children that are in that environment. Very disturbing energy coming off that card. How are things going to go in the near future, in the short term? Six of Cups, so far so good. That's an encouraging sign. The Six of Cups, that is kids being happy, making good memories, spending time together. Six of Cups, normally there's 2 children in the card, in the traditional Rider-Waite. So it looks as if, however badly these energies are coming through, this is a more positive energy. It looks as if maybe Doria is on top of the situation, that the children will have more fun. Six of Cups is a fun card. It's play. It's sweetness. There's a sweetness about the Six of Cups always, well, when it's upright. So, okay, that's better. That's better energy. That they might even look back at this time with some fondness, some happy memories are being made thanks to Doria. So, good for Doria. How does she view the situation? How does she feel about this? This is a Doria section of the reading. We got the Emperor in reverse. This is not great. I think she feels, because the Emperor is the boss. It's the person who controls, manages, organizes, gets everyone marching, gives you your marching orders. The Emperor is very bossy energy. When it's in reverse, super bossy, controlling. I think she feels that she's being massively controlled, and this is interesting energy coming through, because I'm going to look in the next reading at Lilibet's relationship with Megan and the level of control in that, according to an astrologer who has looked at their charts. So it's shown up here in this reading, the Emperor in reverse. I think that left to her own devices, it would be quite a carefree, laissez-faire kind of an environment, Six of Cups, but she's got rules and regulations she's got to follow. Probably, a time schedule, and they're allowed to eat this and only this, and do this and only this, and see those people and only those people. Very regimented, and she doesn't like it. This is Doria's energy here, allegedly reading tarot cards. Energy of tarot cards. Pressure she's under, Doria. External pressure. The moon. Oh, here come the secrets again. The moon. The moon. There they are again. There and there. Spies. People looking. People trying to find stuff out. The moon. People. Things that are hidden. Things that are shady. Things that are confusing. To do with birth, pregnancy, motherhood. Both of these cards have shown up. The 2 cards in the tarot that really talk about secrets and mysteries and stuff that's hidden, stuff that doesn't really pass the smell test. That's the pressure she's under. I think she's got her own past that has maybe been a little bit shady, those 10 years, the missing years, that she doesn't want people raking over. Understandably, she was a private figure until Megan decided to chase down old Dumbo, Prince Dumbo. She doesn't want her life dug up. She doesn't want secrets revealed. This is the card of digging stuff up, really. It's what emerges that has been buried, the moon. And it's particularly to do with motherhood, pregnancy, children. Hopes and fears in this situation. Doria now officially the nanny. Page of Swords. Again, I've got a card of worry. This is tremendous worry. The Eight of Swords. Fear. Now in a situation that's very difficult. All of them, I would say. But particularly Megan and Doria. And possibly particularly Doria feels that she's now in a trap that she can't quite very easily get out of. This is my speculation, of course. Page of Swords is research, gossip, rumor, especially around social media. Worrying about people digging, speculating, gossiping. Very, very on alert here. The Page of Swords, waiting for something to come out. It could be something to do with her past. It could be something to do with right now. It could be something to do with the provenance of the kids and the weirdness around the pregnancy, the moon and the things that go bump. And all of that worry here. Worry about what the little YouTube and social media super sleuths are finding out or could find out. That's what's coming through for me in that Page of Swords. So final card. How's this going to go for the kids themselves? We're going to assume, for the sake of argument, that there are 2 kids and that they are both living at Mudslide Mansion in the care of Doria while Harry and Meghan do whatever Harry and Meghan do. And how's it going to go for them? Are they going to thrive, or is this a cause for concern? There is a happy card, 6 of Cups. Just by the way, again, the Fool. It might not go as badly for them as one might fear with the Fool. It's a fresh start, and it's enthusiasm. So maybe things went badly with the nannies because of worries about who might find out what, or snoop around, or sell stories or things like that, and the situation got very controlled and very cold and very anxious and very no one dare move or breathe or whatever, because they'd be shouting and tantrums and fear and someone being fired and stuff like that. This is not bad energy. I have to say that this could be so much worse, but it looks as if with the Fool, it looks as if this might actually go quite well, because it's a fresh start. It's quite a naive, happy, innocent energy. It's okay. Granny's here. We're going to play. I'm getting lots of play. I'm not getting so much in the way of school and manners. I think Doria is with this Emperor in reverse. I think she's like, toss that out. Couldn't care less. Whatever schedule has been posted wherever, she has to see it every day. Tear it up, throw it in the bin, and let's go mad, let's cut loose, let's play, let's have fun. Not a bad thing for those 2 children, I would say, because allegedly, well, we don't know anything about Lilibet, but allegedly Archie suffers from anxiety and is a shy and timid child, and this is good energy. So I'm very relieved to see it as a tarot reader, as an energy reader. There are dodgy cards in here, that's for sure. But main concern always the well-being of the children, and the Fool, it's an optimistic card. And maybe it's a turning point in their lives from difficulty to having more fun and more freedom and just new possibilities in their worlds, which can only be a good thing. So that is your reading, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you hopefully on the next one.